Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some Snowrunner. So, I should say, this isn't really a revisiting of the game. I have a lot of Snowrunner content on my channel. This game was by far not in the the same category as the games we looked at earlier in the week. This is an amazing game. This is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I would still say that SnowRunner and Train Sim World are still the two top simulation games you can buy on console. SnowRunner, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have a hard time finding anything really bad to say about SnowRunner. I just absolutely love the game. But I did get a comment on one of my older videos when this game first came to PS5. I did a video on it, and I was a little negative on that video because some things weren't great, I felt. So the comment is from the Dougler25. So he says, could we get a 2025 remake of this video? I wonder if it's all been fixed. I wonder if you can get more mods active on PS4 now. So you know what? I thought, why not? Why not take a look at the game now and let's see. So some of the issues I had with the game back then was that there was still some popping. There was still some performance issues. Those are all but gone now. There may be a little bit of popping here and there. Nothing like there was back then. Nothing like I've experienced on the PS4. Performance is smooth as butter. I don't experience FPS drop at all on this game. It runs at 60 FPS as far as I know, perfectly fine. Another criticism that I have of the game that I still have, they did not add any support for the DualSense controller, and I think it's just a huge mistake that these games are not utilizing the DualSense more. This game would have been amazing utilizing the DualSense. You know, when you press the accelerator pedal, I want to feel some resistance. Maybe when you press the brake, I want to feel some resistance, especially if you're skidding or like if you're sliding in the mud or whatever. You know what I mean? Just something to feel more resistance, and I want to feel more vibration. There's like hardly no vibration on the controller at all, and I mean this game gets pretty bumpy. The good news is it is amazing on a wheel. If you guys have a wheel, I 110% recommend you try this game on the wheel. The force feedback is simply fantastic. It brings a whole new level of immersion to the game when you're playing it on a wheel compared to when you're playing on a controller. Obviously, you know, I understand that not everybody can have a wheel, and I totally get that. And that's why I wish they would have put more into the DualSense controller, so you could have more of that immersion, more of that feel like you're driving these trucks through the mud and just feeling, you know, more of that immersion. And they didn't do that, so I feel like that was a big drop of the ball on their part. So another big issue was the mods, and the one thing that I had an issue with the mods was that they just didn't have a lot of them, and a lot of the mods that I loved on the PS4 weren't on the PS5. So let's go into the mod browser now, and let's take a look at that and see what the whole deal is with the mods on PS5. Okay, so mods have always been a tricky part of any console game, and SnowRunner is no different. So on PS5, you have 1024 megabytes free for mods. I'm not sure if that's the same amount you have on PS4. If you're on PS4 and you haven't gotten this game yet on PS5, you can easily check that. Just go to your mod browser and take a look. And it'll tell you how much you have free. You may have to turn off all your mods to kind of see. I don't really know, but that's how much we have here because I only have, wow, I don't have any mods installed. Like I'm trying to install one and it won't let me. So like I'm trying to install this one here and it will not let me install a mod for anything. So I don't know if the issue is that the PS Network is still not back up 100% because I'm recording this over the weekend where they had the big PS4 shutdown outage, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm in the mod browser as you can see, but I cannot download any of the mods yet. I may have to just log out of the browser and log back in. Maybe that'll solve it, but who knows. So The question was about mods compared to PS4. Now, if you're on PS4 and you're thinking about getting this game for PS5, you need to be aware that so many mods that were available on PS4 are not available on PS5 because the modders had to literally remake the mod for the PS5. And a lot of modders just said, you know what, we're not going to do that. We don't want to do it. So there's so many mods from the PS4 side that the modders didn't remake for PS5. The good news is there are a ton of good mods for the PS5, and you can go back and you can check my playlist. I have a playlist of mods um, going over a lot of those. So you can go check that out. We're not going to go through them here today because there's 1,408 mods right now in the game, and that's just a lot to go over. But there's a lot of good mods in here. Wow, what was that one? Mr. Buses. So Mr. Buses, he makes good mods. If you want mods that are kind of OP, that'll get you out of places easier. If you're getting stuck a lot, get some Mr. Buses mods. Like I said, he makes really good ones. But if you're on PS4 and you have a lot of mods that you enjoy, if you're someone who enjoys using mods, you might want to think twice about switching over to PS5 because a lot of those mods that you enjoy, you might not have on the PS5 side. Again, there's a lot of good mods that you can find that will make up for those mods, but it is something to be aware of. If you're really attached to those mods, you might not have them on PS5. Again, the the memory aspect is it sucks on PS5 as well. I mean, some mods are really big. If you're talking maps, they're really big. They said some mods you may only be able to have one mod. I've never had that issue. I don't know of a mod in here that's that big that's going to take up a whole gig. I think that would be crazy. I'm pretty sure I have run like maybe up to 8 mods and still had room for some smaller ones. You know, that's me. Here's the deal. This is a game where you're not going to be running a lot of mods, right? There's 1,408 mods. If you think you're going to be running, 20, 30 mods, it's not going to happen in this game. You need to really pick and choose the ones that you want and kind of go with those and stick with those. But otherwise, there's a ton of great mods in here. Okay, so I don't want you guys mistaking me saying that like the mods for PS5 are bad. They're not. They're really good. But I'm just saying if like you have favorite mods on PS4 that you really don't want to part with, you might want to think about that. Personally, I think the upgrade is worth it because, like I said, you can find a lot of great mods still in here. You might be bummed at first, but trust me, you will get over it. You will find mods to replace the mods that you're missing, and all is good. And I think it's definitely worth it for the upgrade. So there you have it, guys. At the end of the day, this game is just the best bang for your buck value. I mean, there's still content. We're in the middle of season 4. I believe we're on the 13th season. They call them seasons. It's a little misleading, but each season pass has 4 seasons within it. So there's 4 DLCs in each season pass, basically. We're on the second one of this season, of season 4. There's 2 more left. The content in this game is just mind blowing. I didn't quit playing this game because I got bored with it. I should say that. Even though, yes, I understand that the gameplay can be a little repetitive, I've never found this game to be boring. I've always loved doing all the different jobs. I've loved just driving around the maps. It's always been a pure pleasure to me. I literally stopped playing the game because views went down, and it takes a lot to do videos on this game for nobody to be interested in watching it. And then with me doing other content, I just don't have the time to play all the games I want to play. But still, I would say this is one of the best games you can buy if you want a trucking game. Keep in mind, this is not an open road trucking game. It's not like an American Truck Simulator or European Truck Simulator or anything like that. It's just what you see. It's off-road. It's building bridges. It's getting materials, bringing materials from point A to point B. building things. There's so many varied things that you can do in this game. The maps are amazing. Like literally, I can't say a bad thing about this game. I absolutely love SnowRunner. Even in 2005, it holds up. It is a fantastic game. I hope the game continues on. I doubt it will. I got a feeling it's going to be ending sometime soon. But yeah, overall, I would say this is one of my all-time favorite games to play. And in 2025, it is just as good. And I would say upgrade it to the PS5 version if you want. Like I said, the only way I wouldn't do it is if you're really, really married to the mods that you're using right now. Like if you're just like absolutely not, I cannot play without them, then it's probably not for you. But you know what? Like I said, there's plenty of mods that you can find that are just as good as the mods you had in the PS4 version. And 60 frames per second. It's nice and smooth. Oh, and also in the garage when you're selecting things, it is super fast. It's not like it was in the PS4 where when you're trying to select your tires, each tire would have to load in and it took forever. Now you can speed right through it, and it is just, yeah, it's just one of the best games out there. I can't say enough good things about it. Totally recommend the game. Like I said, if you're into the sim games, especially like driving games, this game and Train Sim World 1 through 5, they're all just fantastic. And I would totally recommend getting any one of those games. So, guys, I hope that answered any questions about this game. I hope I answered the Dougler's question. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And we'll see you next time.